Hello everybody, Jean back with more Mars anomalies. Today we'll be looking at structures and ruins near Halley on Mars. Further evidence of a major catastrophe. So what happened on Mars that caused the devastation and destruction we see today? Currently there are three theories: a nuclear war, electric war, directed energy or plasma weapons possibly, and then the exploded planet theory. So I'll include the link to three important videos you can watch below. In this one, Dr. John Brandenburg gives evidence of nuclear explosions on Mars. This is a documentary that proves Mars is not a natural planet, it was once a moon. And then from the Thunderbolts project, this very interesting documentary about the lightning-scarred planet Mars. So the photograph we're analyzing today is called High Thermal Inertia Area as imaged by Themis, and I'll include the link to this page below. IRISE acquired this photograph on the 3rd of September 2011 at a resolution of 25 centimeters per pixel. And as usual, I'm showing you images cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file. This is a look at the low-res JPEG, and the anomalies we'll be looking at were located in these dark shaded areas and these spots and dots littering the terrain. Located at 48.85 degrees south, 297.50 degrees east, and it's in this terrain just to the west of Halley crater, the circular depression right there. So the first anomaly we're looking at is located over here, and it looks like these are remains of some type of wall or structure. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in a row. Check that out there. And each of these blocks is about 4 meters wide, and they're nicely arranged next to one another in a straight line. And typical of ruins on Earth, this looks like a toppled wall over here. We've got more of these strange disc blocks with knobs in their centers scattering this area as well. And yeah, another one of these huge hexagon, polygon sort of shaped objects. This one's huge as well. It's about 14 meters wide. Each side is about 6 meters, I'd say. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides visible over here. Very smooth surface with straight edges, and there's good geometry and symmetry in that piece. We're looking at this pile of rubble over here. So this triangular shaped object is about 10 meters across, just for reference. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of equal sides lodged into the sand over here. Very smooth surface and a well-defined edge. Then over here it looks like more megalithic blocks that are partially buried, and this one over here has got some strange pyramidal features on it. Looks rather odd. Here we're looking at this huge rectangular object, almost like a megalithic slab. It's about 14 meters across, and then that object over there, sort of a star shape, that one's about 10 meters across. Then we've got one side here, another side there, and then a third side on this side. So 3 triangular corners, the shape of a star, and in the center we've got what looks like a flattened dome-like feature or knob, casting that shadow. A lot of symmetry and geometry in that shape as well. Looking at that megalithic slab, got 3 well-defined edges, right angles as well, and then along that line there we've got in the middle like a little cone-like pyramid feature or knob, and on either side you've got these dark spots, and then here parallel to this side got that line running through there, and parallel to that side we've got this line running through here. So this is like an L shape, and even the area of the block over here is slightly brighter than this. Rather weird as well. Now we're looking at this triangular object. This is about 10 meters across. Also very symmetrical. Got 3 sides. These 2 sides are quite similar in shape. We've got that arc running through there. And then in the center we've got that knob or feature casting a shadow right there. So rather strange. Not a typical boulder or rock. Check out these anomalies. Also huge. Got 2 megalithic blocks next to one another, each about 10 meters across. They've got a rounded side as well as over here, and in the middle 2 like pyramidal features casting that shadow. Well defined edges on this one as well, and then what looks like a little cross symbol or feature in the center of that side. This is what looks like the shape of a cannon or an old revolver. That's about 15 meters long. What you've got here is this rounded part and that square or rectangular part to it. Check out this shape coming around, goes out there forming a 90-degree angle with that side there. What could this have been? Some type of structure perhaps, like an igloo, who knows. And then right there in the center this little pyramidal cone or knob. Now we're looking at these wrens. Let's just get a reference. The smaller one located to the top left over there, that's about 5 meters across. This one's about 10 meters across. So you get the blocks over here. Yeah, we can see one standing on its side. 3 sides visible there. And then look at that huge hole in the center of that smaller piece. And then over here another one of these sort of L-shaped objects. Got straight edges here, right angle there. And then in the center a little cone, pyramidal feature or knob. This looks like a huge nut, hexagon shaped object. Also various other anomalies in this. Check at these towards the bottom right. But this hexagon shaped object, which is about 6 to 7 meters across. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Almost like a nut, and in the middle we've got a hole attached to this rounded disc-like object. Rather strange. Check at this huge artifact over here. That's about 25-30 meters long, about 20 meters wide, and looks almost like a piece of metal plate. It's very smooth, sort of rounded shape, and then strange smaller parts on top. So it looks very metallic, almost like some type of wreckage or debris. I don't know what that could have been. Another one of these triangular objects, a little cone in the center. There's another bright rectangular piece lying on top of another, just slightly buried. Now we're checking out this object, which is about 6 meters in diameter. Another rounded disc-like object with a little dome-like feature or knob in the center. Seem to be very common on Mars. There's another semicircular object over there. This one's a lot bigger. This is about 12 to 14 meters in diameter. Check at the rounded edge. Right there in the center, another one of these strange knobs or features, casting that shadow. Yeah, we've got a huge hexagonal plate or slab, which is about 14 meters across. You can see 3 sides, equal length, then equal angles over there, and then 2 dark spots close to each corner, and then in the center some strange parts to it. Seems to join to the larger plate. This triangular piece sticking out to the bottom, and then the sort of C-shaped piece over here, and then a small block to the left. Some more megalithic ruins and structures over here. So this triangle is about 5 by 5 meters. Straight edges, very smooth surface. Little hole right there. And we've got a square object or base over here. These narrow features on it. Looks like possibly pipe. It's bent into that sort of Z shape. We've got a little pyramid or cone. There's a little square with 2 little knobs on it. We've got this part. Looks like another huge plate underneath, and on top you get the pieces sticking out over here, lying on top of that, and then it looks like a donut shape right there, casting that shadow. Another really smooth surface over here. Another triangular piece sticking out there. And various smaller parts on the top. These look like little domes or spheres. Another triangle over there. Another V-shaped object over here. So really strange stuff going on. Here we're looking at these huge objects. This circular object is about 10 meters in diameter. Relatively smooth surface, and right there in the center this darker piece, little hole in the center, and then this unusual part over here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small little dome-like features arranged in a circular pattern in the center, and then on the side here it looks like little symbols. This looks like a little Y over here, maybe even a C. That looks like a T symbol over there. Okay, here we're looking at another really bright object, which is about 10 meters across. Also, like a hexagon, we can see 3 of these sides. Very smooth, bright surface, and right there in the center we've got another one of these knobs or features casting that shadow. Another strange structure or pile of rubble over here, about 25 meters across. You can see a rounded part underneath, and then smaller objects in the center. This seems to be joined to the larger piece. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 well-defined edges to that part, and then over here looks like a little sphere or dome. And then this looks like some type of wreckage or debris perhaps. So this could be a pile of rocks or I don't know, but this looks rather strange, this rounded side. Now we're looking at another triangular shaped object which is about 18 meters across. Look at the well-defined edges here. Very smooth, bright surface, and then smaller little objects on the top. Looks almost like a piece of metal plate right there. Lots of other strange debris in this area here as well. Now we're looking at this huge megalithic slab or stone. This is about 15 to 18 meters across. Check at this area in the center that's been carved out. This line running through there is running in parallel with this side. So there's some geometry in that structure as well. And then also running in parallel to this side, we've got that row of smaller, darker objects. That looks like a hole. Looks like a little cone. And that there looks like a little V shape. Maybe a little pyramid. And then a dark spot there in the center of this hollowed out part. Now we're looking at these two objects. This one's about 12 meters long, about 8 meters wide. Check it, the little cone or pyramid there in the center, and then a little hole right there on that side. And then this rounded slot cut into this side, yeah. Then what looks like another metal plate, metal plate over here, who knows. That there looks rather artificial. Here we're looking at another one of these triangular objects, the narrow part sticking out, and this one's about 12 meters long by about 10 meters wide. We've got that straight edge running through here, and then that narrow part sticking out there from the center. Also a dark spot over here, and then there's a little hole as well. Very similar to other objects, special edition, similar craft and tech found on Mars. You can look at that video when you get a chance. And these are the URLs to the different images. So check that out. We've got a straight edge there, a narrow part sticking out, another straight edge here, a narrow part sticking out there. Very common feature on Mars. Here's another triangular object. It's about 12 meters across. Bright, smooth surface, straight edges, Looks like it could be a megalithic block. Here we can see it looks like one of the sides, very eroded. And right there what looks like a hole, or maybe that's a little knob casting that shadow. And then various other smaller pieces over here. Looks as if this could be maybe an opening with these smaller parts sticking out. There's that weird, what looks like a shield shape. This object's about 15 to 16 meters tall, about 8 meters wide. Got nice well-defined edges, smooth surface, and then weird little dome-like spheres on the surface. Then this looks like a little smiley face, emoticon, who knows what that is, maybe that is. But okay, let's have a look. That's about 15 to 18 meters in diameter, and what we can see is 3 dark spots around this little pyramid thing. Looks almost like a little nose with 2 eyes there, and the little mouth over here. Check that out. Pareidolia, or maybe that was meant as a little sign to be seen from the air. Check out this object. This one's about 12 meters across, and what made it look slightly artificial, this piece in the center, and then this curved part coming over the one side and going down onto the surface into that small little square over there. So it looks like this is a rounded object with this sort of draping over it, some type of wreckage, machinery. And then over here, another one of these sort of disc-shaped objects, about 8 meters across, and a hole there of about 1.5 to 2 meters, right in the center again. Now here we're looking at a convex-shaped object. I just want to show you why I'm highlighting this one. It's about 10 meters long by about 5 meters wide. You can see it's rounded, sort of convex shaped, with this knob or feature right there in the center. So if this was a rock, for example, it would have rolled off. So that says to me this is actually part of this larger object. Sort of similar to the knobs and features we find on megaliths on Earth. We're looking at these objects. Another one of these hexagonal shapes with a hole right there in the center. This looks like a little square hole. And then a small little winglet over here. Maybe there as well. This looks like some type of metallic debris. Now we're looking at this object, this rectangular block or slab, about 12 meters across. Well-defined edges, right angle there, and then a line running through here, continuing there, and then this little piece over here seems to be almost sort of organic in nature, perhaps. This looks like some type of plant growth on this block, not sure. And then this smaller piece sticking out over there. So let's see if this block has one corner cut out. Maybe it's an opening with this smaller rectangular part sticking out there. But let me know what you guys and girls make of this. Looks rather weird, this little diamond shape, this dark material. We're looking at this slab over here, which is about 12 meters across, and right there in the center we've got this little dome-like feature or knob as well. There's another block, it seems to be carved out in the center with a little knob or feature. This one's about 14 meters across. This area here seems to be carved out slightly. Little knob right there in the center. And that straight line running through there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 sides here to this carved out area. Some geometry in that structure for sure. So let's check this out on Mars. Please pardon my voice, I've got a bit of sinus, struggling with frog in the throat. So here we've got the little smiley face, that strange shield, sort of cannon shaped object, not that it is, just in the shape of one. This toppled wall or structure, more megalithic blocks to get the hole there in that one. L shape with a little dome or feature there. Right there in the center of this bright disc thing. Another one of these triangular parts with a narrower rectangular piece sticking out there. Looks like that metallic plate. Another object with a hole in the center, and then this sort of shield-like shape, rounded, with that knob or feature there, which hasn't rolled off. And then, yeah, this is the high-rise photograph we checked, High Thermal Inertia Area as imaged by Themis. And then some other anomalies discovered in this area. You can check these out in my previous videos. So there's another one of these triangular things, a little narrow part sticking out, very close to this one. Right there. There's that delta wing shaped craft, looks almost metallic. Check out that. That huge triangular megalithic block with a little hole in the center. This thing measures about 20-25 meters across. That strange oval shaped sort of craft like looking object. Looks like it's on a little skirt. Another UFO shaped disc, rounded with a dome. And more blocks. Circular structures like I found in Kotka crater. Get that sort of UFO shaped object there. Figure 8. It's like a butterfly in the shape of a butterfly. That narrow rectangular part. Grouping of these blocks, and this is what looks like a huge propeller. There's what looks like the Baltic Sea anomaly, or the Falcon from Star Wars, Millennium Falcon. It's about 12 meters across, about 15 meters long, a rounded disc with these two rectangular parts sticking out, and then these standing monoliths. More blocks. A strange piece. A little pyramid there. Let's see. 3 flat surfaces like a diamond shape. Looks like it's an opening here. A little vent over there perhaps. So let's check out the topography. There's just so much to show, so let's get a nice aerial perspective. So there's Halley over here, a circular depression. And from the topography we can make out a relatively smooth flat terrain with a ridge line running through there. And most of the anomalies we looked at are in this lower part and up there. So the devastation on Mars could have been caused by floods, atomic explosions, exploded planet, or even directed energy weapons in the distant past. If you get a chance, check out those 3 videos, they're fascinating. And my new subscribers, thanks for joining, I do appreciate it. And my regular viewers and subscribers, thanks a million for supporting the channel. And to everyone giving their thumbs up and providing comments in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back soon with more. Bye bye for now.